GamingBolt presents 15 best water effects in video games. Water. It's one of the most important resources on Earth, yet one we often take for granted. Not in video games though. Every time there's a gorgeous body of water, we can't help but stop and be amazed. Which games capture the beauty of water, both in calm and violent demeanors? Well, let's take a look at 15 of the best water effects in gaming right here. Sea of Thieves. What isn't to love about the water in Sea of Thieves? It's meticulously crafted, from the gentle waves rolling against ships in port to their violent crashes during naval battles. How the light behaves with the water plays a huge part in how good it looks, and Sea of Thieves captures this well, as evidenced by observing any water body at different times of day and in different weather. The fact that water actually plays a part in everything, from diving to naval combat, is also exceptional. Say what you will about Sea of Thieves, but it nails the sea aspect masterfully. Grand Theft Auto V. Even when it released for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, Grand Theft Auto V's water has looked spectacular. The ebb and flow of the waves feels natural, and the light reflecting and diffusing through it is similarly comforting. The world underwater may not be as gorgeous as more recent open-world titles, but how it plays with the light is still noteworthy to this day. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Ubisoft can be rather hit or miss when it comes to video game visuals, with strong aesthetics often being ruined by glitches. That being said, it's hard not to admire the water in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Whether you're peering out from the crow's nest or deep-sea diving for sunken treasure, Black Flag's water effects feel tailor-made for every occasion. Assassin's Creed Origins. Though naval combat isn't as strong as Black Flag, the water in Assassin's Creed Origin is suitably stunning. Given the ancient Egypt setting, the water has a brownish tinge to it at times, reflecting the sand underneath. Of course, when diving underwater for treasure, the populations of fish casually roaming around and ambient effects belay a serene universe underneath. The Crew 2. The Crew 2 boasts an exceptionally large world with numerous vehicle opportunities. Naturally, racing through water is important, and Ubisoft's prowess with the medium strikes again. The natural state of water looks good, and seeing the sunlight hit it at just the right angle can result in some gorgeous scenes. Realistic sprays and movement, even when the boat is idle, help the Crew 2's water stand out, even if the boat racing as a whole is just fine. Uncharted 4 A Thief's End. Naughty Dog has always had a knack for excellent water in its video games, and Uncharted 4 A Thief's End may be its best yet. This is evident when Nathan and Sam are out on the sea in Chapter 12. Almost like a vacation spot, the water moves naturally while realistically foaming as the boat speeds through it. Batman Arkham Knight. The water in Batman Arkham Knight can't really be interacted with in any meaningful way, but gosh darn it does it look good. Maybe it's the greenish hue that reflects a metropolitan harbor, or how mesmerizing the waves look when rolling. You'd think it'd be hard to postpone saving Gotham, but the water in Arkham Knight is certainly a great distraction. Watch Dogs. The original Watch Dogs suffered quite a bit from its downgrading controversy. However, and all arguments to the actual game's quality aside, Ubisoft's affinity for water design is immediately apparent once again. While mostly calm, the water in Watch Dogs looks dingy and grimy. The Chicago River is suitably lived in and reacts decently enough when Aiden swims through it. KINECT Sports Rivals. Ever wondered how Rare got so good at making water? KINECT Sports Rivals may hold the answer. Load up the jet skiing portion of the game and see what we mean. If the world blissfully reflecting the sun's light doesn't catch your eye, then perhaps the realistic sprays and droplets that are visible on screen will do it. Despite being a small part of a larger game, we can definitely see this work applying to Sea of Thieves. Cold Waters. Touted as the spiritual successor to Red Storm Rising, Cold Waters puts naval combat front and center with its gameplay. The water has to match up, and Killerfish Games delivers. Leaving aside the visuals, because you probably get the point about flow and reflected lighting by now, the water has a tactical impact on the gameplay. Dishonored 2. Life can be pretty miserable in Dishonored 2, but that doesn't mean the water isn't gorgeous. Not only does it look beautiful on the surface thanks to the aesthetic of Dishonored 2, But the underwater effects are amazing. You can see oxygen bubbles in front of the character's face, objects look wavy in the distance, and it even takes a second for your character's perspective to properly adjust to being out of water. Cryostasis. Released in 2009 and eminently forgettable at the time, Cryostasis still boasts some impressive water work. Set near the North Pole on an icebreaker, Cryostasis isn't afraid to play with water as it pours down walls and gathers in small puddles. Even water sprays from the cannon have a realistic flow. The moment when you first see ice melting and realistically dampening objects in the environment is also definitely incredible. Forza Horizon 3. On the surface, Forza Horizon 3's water seems alright, especially when speeding down a river. However, pay attention to how the car's impact interacts with, or how the droplets adorn one's windshield in response. Furthermore, seeing the different types of weather and sunlight reflecting off the water, even if it's just a few feet deep, can be entrancing. Stranded Deep. More serenely survival-esque than outright chaotic, Stranded Deep nonetheless strikes a beautiful balance. Water can look normal on an average day, but truly shines in mornings and evenings. Flying over the surface in the gyrocopter and watching the waves gently roll becomes a treat in such circumstances. Diving deeper and deeper underwater, as the light fades and the water's hue dots the environment, makes certain tasks like hunting the giant eel all the more perilous. CRYSIS. There's a reason CRYSIS is still taken as a benchmark, even after all these years. Yeah, much of it has to do with the meme of obscene system requirements, but the game itself is still plenty gorgeous. Gaze out at the water sometime, for an example, and it collides with rocks in subdued sprays and approaches and recedes from the shore naturally. Things look even better underwater with the naturally shifting waves above and diffused sunlight.
And that about does it for this video. If you enjoyed what you watched and want to see more from GamingBolt, you can always hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon next to it. That way you will never miss any of our videos.